Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing all really well. So we will see today's daily challenge on Leetcode and we will try to solve it together. So let's see the problem statement at first. Count covered buildings. You are given a positive integer n and which represents an n cross n city. Okay, so the dimensions of your city is given to be n cross n. So no points inside the city can be more than this grid, and the n is given to be 1e5. So of course x comma y cannot be more than 1e5 or comma 1e5. Okay, and you see you are also given a 2D grid buildings where buildings of I denotes x comma y denotes the coordinates of a unique building. Okay, so it is also told that all the points are unique, that is no points overlap each other. It is also told here all the coordinates of the building are unique. Okay, so you do not have to worry about duplicate values here, and a building is covered if there is at least one building in all four directions, left, right, above and below. Return the number of covered buildings. So you can see, as in this picture, it is quite obvious that the middle building is covered because the top, down and right and left, all of these buildings are present. So the middlemost building is covered, so you want to count the number of covered buildings. You see you got a count of 1 from here. Okay, and if you try to see this example number 2, it has no buildings which are covered, and in the example number 3 also, although it is asymmetric, but you still get a building which is directly above, below, right and left. Okay, so you also get 1 count over here. So that's how you need to count the buildings, and I hope by looking at the problem you did get some idea. Let's try to discuss about what can be the solution. So if you try to see, if this x comma y is a covered building, somewhere along this line, okay, so somewhere along this line, so this is what, this is the line where the x coordinate is fixed. Okay, and now y coordinate is fixed. Okay, and x varies along this line. So two of other points must be present along this line. It must be here, it must be here. So you must note that if this is, you are calling this as a covered building, the buildings may not be present like this. Okay, they must be present in between of this. Okay, in between of this. So yeah, so if you also consider the vertical line, that is the line where the x coordinate is the same and y coordinate varies, you should also get a building over here. Okay, so now you know that what are these two values? These two values will be nothing but x1 comma y. X will vary but y will remain same. Similarly, this will be nothing but x2 comma y. Okay, and if you talk of this, the other two coordinates, it will be the same x coordinate but the y will be different. Okay, so I hope at least this much is very much clear to you, and they may not be symmetrical, but one thing that must be true is that this building must be in the middle of the 2 points. Okay, so what you can do, you see there can be 1e5 number of points, that because this all lies into an n cross n grid. So what you can do is group by x coordinate and y coordinate first. You see, because see, you see that by looking at the problem, first what is the first thing you notice? There are some x coordinates which are common, we need to figure out those. Okay, and there are some y coordinates which will be common, not necessarily only this, there may be other lines and other points also present here, we need to check those and group by those also. And there is also y coordinate which is present. So what I am proposing is group by x coordinate. Okay, and also you group by y coordinate. Okay, what do you mean by group by? So let's keep a map which will give me something like, if x coordinate is this, let's say along this line, if you check, x coordinate is same, right? So this x coordinate has the y values to be something like y1, y, y2. So this map will just tell you that hey, x comma y1 is a point, x comma y2, this is okay. So there is a mistake which I did here. So yeah, this map will tell you that x comma y1 is a point, x comma y is a point. Okay, and x comma y2 is also a point. So this is what this map tells you. And similarly you can group by y coordinate in another map. So you can have just another map where you can group by y coordinate. So that will tell you that x1 I have, x2 I have, x I have, and also x2 I have. So yeah, and many other points maybe, and there of course there might be multiple values of this y, because this is, let's say, map x, okay, and this is, let's say, map y, x map or y map, whatever you call it. So yeah, you can just store it in this way, and see what you need to check. You can iterate through all the points and increase a count, initialize a count 0, iterate through all the points and check whether it is a middle point or not, and then increment the count by 1. Now how you will check whether it is a middle point or not? So first you iterate through all the points, okay. Now if you are trying to check whether it is a middle point or not, so let's say you are now going through the point x0 comma y0, so you must check in this x coordinate map that whether this y x0 corresponding to x0, whatever y value is present, okay, so let's say some y values are present, y0 must be in between, okay. So what do I mean, I mean how to see that whether it is in between or not? It should not be at the first place or it should not be at the last place, okay. So let's say this is x comma y, right? So this y value is not at the first place, not at the last place. The vector may be as large as possible, right? If these two criteria are just satisfied, it definitely means that this point lies within this, and you must be remembering that this has to be sorted, okay. This vector has to be sorted, and then only you can check that it should lie not on the first point, not on the second point, it should lie somewhere in the middle. Then only the criteria that it is covered by the other two buildings will be satisfied, okay. So yeah, you can iterate through all the points and just check whether in the sorted vector of that corresponding x naught and also y naught, which will also have some x values, just check that whether that x value is not on the first or not on the last, and then you will be easily able to know that from this map x and map y, you will be easily able to know that whether that building is completely covered or not. It has to satisfy this criteria also, this x criteria also and y criteria also, okay. So I hope you do get some idea of how to solve the problem, and yeah, I hope this is not a very difficult one, you could have done it. So let's see, let's try to solve it. How many points are there? Let's say we will call is at m points. So buildings dot size, okay. So we will have two maps, right? So let's have unordered map, and what is the type of our maps? You see here, it is int comma vector, okay. So you could have kept int comma set also, so that you need not keep the hassle of sorting it, but you see it is already told that the values are unique. You do not need to care whether the I mean you do not need to handle duplicates anyway. So let me keep a vector and let's see whether time complexity and all, okay. So let's have this x map with me, and also a y map, okay. These two maps I am having with me, int comma vector int, okay. And what I am trying to do is simply go through all the points in the building. So int I equals to 0, I less than m, I plus plus, okay. So I have a point which is nothing but buildings of I0, x is given by this, and x comma y, so buildings of I of 1. So you have this x comma y, and you want to place the this x value in the y map and the y value in the x map, right? That's how you do it, right? For the x you save all the y coordinates which are present on that same line, and for the y you save all the x coordinate, okay. So yeah, for the x map of this particular x, you save all the pushback. So x map is a vector, right? So this vector dot push x map of x dot push back this y, okay. And I hope you just copy this line, y map of y is nothing but x, okay. So I hope that will be very simple and also quite trivial, not difficult, okay. So what can you do right now? And what is the value of buildings dot size? Is there any restrictions? You see buildings dot size is also 1e5, so you are free to iterate within that building length also. So what I will try to do is I will just try to sort this whole thing once, okay. I will just iterate through this, let's say auto x buildings. So guys, can you tell me what is this x? What is the data type of this x? This is of course a vector, right? Because building contains vector of vector of int. But I would like to go through the map, x map. So x map. So I will just like in order to store it in the sorted way, I will like to go through the x map, and this x map also has this x as a sorted way. Okay, I hope you do get it. Okay. So what to do? Let's say x dot sort. You just need to sort it, right? X dot begin and also x dot end. So you see you can also go through this for x y map. You are sorting these values also. Okay, so you have the y map and x map all sorted already, ready to count. Okay, so you have ready to return the count, so we will just count it and ready and just return it. Okay, so how will you count it? I hope that's simple, because what you need to do is iterate through the x map and the y map. Okay, and yeah, so after iteration you just need to check, you iterate through all the points and check in the x map and y map whether they are the last point of the they are not the last point or the first point. Okay, as I told you. So you have this buildings, you are iterating through all the buildings. So you have a current point. Similarly, in the same way you can just do the same thing. Okay, yeah. So you have this x and y with you, and you want to check whether this x, so if you want to return this bool f equals to 0, okay, and you want to check whether x, you want to check whether the last point or the first point, right? So for not for, if x map, in the x map there is an x, okay, there has to be an x because these are the points which we iterated and pushed back, right? Now this is a vector, right? So what is the length of this vector? So let's have the length of this vector to be x, length x, I will call it length x, x map of x dot size, okay, and length y is nothing but y map of y dot size. Okay, so you have the length x and length y because you want to access the last element, that will be just index len minus 1, right? You know that. So that's how you will do it. So if you see that this x, this corresponding to this x, this y is present in the this coordinate. Okay, so how you are going to check that? If this x map of x of 0, okay, this is the first value. If this first value is equals to y, okay, or you see the this x map of x and len x minus 1, the last value, the first value or the last value is equals to y, then what you want to do, you want to tell that this bool is false. Okay, initialize it to true initially, so after that, and you just return to false. So I hope you do get it, right? In the x coordinate you are just checking that the first value or the last value is y or not. If you find that to be y, you will just return false because you will not have that building covered it anyway in this direction. In the other direction, in the other perpendicular direction, you just need to swap the x and y. So for y map y, you need to check for x, right? And for again this y map y, this len y minus 1, you need to check if this is equal to x, then still f equals to false. Okay, now if f or you can just cnt plus equals to f, you can also do this, but if you are getting confused by this, I will just write if f, then just cnt plus plus. Okay, so yeah, you have it, and that will be all, I guess. That will be all. Let's try to run it and see if we have made any mistake or any error we need to debug, or this is I hope the time complexity should not be any issue, because yeah, we have it. No member name beginning. Okay, so you have this x map and x y map with you. Why is this giving an error? Because this is a vector, right? Okay. So that's not how you iterate through a map. Okay, so key comma value pair. So you need to find the key comma value pair. So if this is the key and this is the value, I hope this is how you iterate through the map, key comma value pairs. Okay, and the value is the vector. Okay, so value is the vector which you want to do, which you want to sort. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, you see we get an accepted thing. Let's try to submit and check if it works. I hope it will just work fine, and this should not be an issue. So you see it was just working fine, and we also get a decent runtime complexity, not that good, but yeah, I hope that varies a lot and it's fine for this. You can iterate through 1e5, O of 1e5 is what you did here, and if you try to analyze this runtime complexity, I guess it will be n log n or m log m. Okay, yeah, so that's what I hope this problem was very clear to you, and yeah, so yeah, I will meet you in the next video. That's all for this video. Till then, thanks a lot.